Hey Scorpio, my name is Katie. Welcome to the channel. This is your 4-month reading. So I'm first going to pull a card that represents the theme for each month. So September, October, and November. Okay. Out flies September. And for October, let's now do November. November and December for you, Scorpio. Slippery fingers here in the end. Okay, card for November in Scorpio. There we go. Okay, so for the month of December, September. First month, September. Instead of worrying about the future, I know all is well when I'm aligned in the moment. This is definitely like a harder lesson to learn, especially when there's worry and anxiety. I feel like that's like rampant right now, right? Let's go ahead and pull out. I feel like there's definitely this need for peace and calm during the month of September. And I think that's going to help kind of counter the worry, okay? Let's find a tarot to support Scorpio in the month of September. Okay, so you were worrying because you have 4 of Cups. So regret, missed opportunity. There's something that you feel bad about, and because you thought it would lead to a certain outcome or opportunity, and you didn't take it. And so now you're really kind of focused on the negative ramifications of that choice, and it's kind of taking a toll on you. You're also very like self-absorbed when it comes to this situation, which is causing you like more worry. Like you just feel like you really missed out on a great opportunity during the month of September. There's something, or the opportunity could have come in August, and now you're feeling all of those feelings in September, depending. Yeah, there's definitely this lack mindset, which again is kind of playing into this worry. Okay, let's pull some rose cards here. What does Scorpio need to know for the month of September? I think you're so focused on the future that you're almost like your judgment and everything is super clouded. Like you're not able to see everything that's in front of you because you're so concerned about the future. You're definitely in a good place though. So first card that came out was Release the Petals. This is all about transformation, death, rebirth. You're in a position where you're able to kind of shed off all of this stuff that you're worried about so that you can step into this new version of you. We also have the rose thread, inner call, soul-led, the mystic, living courageously. I feel like, yes, you've said no to certain opportunities, right? But it's because your soul wasn't called to do that. And you making those choices, while it seems difficult at the time and it's kind of instilling all of this worry, it is what's right for you. It's what your soul is wanting you to do, okay? There is a lot of shedding, a lot of change happening. I do feel like you kind of have felt like you're in this stagnation and this boredom, but it's because you're shedding off all of this stuff, and so you can't move forward until you have shed all of those things. Okay, let's do a shaman card. Let's see. So I do feel like you have this desire to have a different life. Like there's some element of your life that you're unhappy with and you're wanting to move forward with it, but you just feel stuck. It's like you're just on this, like, I don't know, just this stuck energy, but you're ready to move forward. You don't know how. And I think part of what is keeping you there is because
you're in this worried mindset. And so it's creating this lack kind of energy, okay? Let's see, what is, there we go. That was quick. Stagnation. You got the dust devil. You have been in this energy, the worry, whatever you were worrying about, it's almost like an obsessive worry. It's causing this stagnation. You need to be able to move out of it. And the way that you move out of it is to start being grateful for what you do have, recognizing what is working for you and being grateful for that, okay? I do think in the month of September, there is going to come a time where everything clicks and makes sense. Okay, you have the jeweled web, which is all about connectivity. I feel like you have all of these things happening, all of these worries, decisions. None of it's making sense to you. The stagnation is making it so like you just are feeling kind of lost. And there's going to become a moment where everything does click and all of the dots connect, that kind of aha moment, right? And you are going to be faced with a decision. We have Dream Thief here. This is refusing the call. I think that you are going to be faced with a decision in September. And it's related to everything you've been worried about. So I don't know if it's a job or a relationship, a project, something, but you're going to be asked towards the end of September to really step up and follow what feels right to you. And it feels like, yeah, like it's kind of this decision, right? Okay, instead of worrying about the future, I know all is well when I'm aligned in the moment. So I feel like right now you are really, during the month of September, you need to live in the present moment. I know as difficult as it is, don't worry about the future. Don't be thinking about the future, your future project, future progress, future relationships, future whatever that looks like. Really hone in on the month of September, being present in the moment so that you can see things as they are and you can make these connections. If you're too worried about the future, you're not going to make the connections that need to be made in order for you to propel forward into the future, okay? All right, let's go into October. So October is, I accept that good things come easily. I am a super attractor. Okay, there's definitely this shift in energy. Whatever this choice is, whenever these like all this connection is being made, you shift from this like worried state into this like attracting state, okay? And I do feel like a lot of it has to do with your mindset and your behaviors. So if the more you can bring in gratitude and just seeing things for as they are, like in the present, that's going to help you get to this attractor energy a little more smoothly. Okay, let's do a tarot card. What does Scorpio need to know for the month of October? Ooh, you got two. Okay, so got Neptune energy here. Let's see. So you have 10 of Wands, okay? So overburden, problems, weight on your shoulder, duty. I feel like this is kind of what you're coming out of. Like this feels more like September energy with your Four of Cups, right? Like taking on too much. This worried state is also contributing to this, like feeling overloaded and stressed, and that there's like just this drudgery type feeling, right? With the 10 of Wands. I'm going to put that over here because I feel like that's kind of leading from September to October. But then you also have the moon in reverse, which is like releasing fear, seeing the truth, regaining composure, the anxiety subsiding, like moving into this attractor energy, right? Okay, let's pull, how do I do this? Let's pull one for the 10 of Wands. Okay, and then let's pull one for the moon, specifically. Ooh, you've got another rebirth.
reverse too is all about like releasing fear. And so I feel like that's contributing to the superpower, super attractor energy, is being able to release those worries and that fear, okay? All right. So with 10 of Wands, we have the crowning, initiation, thresholds, if I can speak, birth, rebirth, and then a seat at the table. So I definitely feel like come October, as you've shifted from this worry mindset to this attractor mindset, there's definitely this theme of like birth and rebirth. Oh, I feel like September and October are preparing you for a big transition into this new birth, okay? It's very beautiful energy. Countering the moon, you got the sun. Joy, enjoyment, life force, success, vitality, and play. So I feel like once you've released all of your fears and this worry of the future, when you're able to live more presently and just, I know it's so hard to live in the present and not obsess about the future. Of course, we have to think about the future and plan, but the more that we can live in the moment, the more joy there is going to be and more of this sun type of energy, okay? And the theme surrounding that. Okay. Now let's pull out some shaman cards. What is supporting all of this and Scorpio in the month of October? I definitely feel, whoa. So you go from this kind of like darker energy definitely into like more of a light. Like it feels very physically lighter. One more for October. Ooh, okay, we're going to go with that first one that flipped over. Okay. Okay, so we have Sky Bridge, which is possibility for union. I feel like this is you. I don't necessarily feel like it's a person or relationship. I feel like these two sides of you are coming together to to cultivate this attracting energy. I felt this worry that's been taking place in September, it's like blocked the path to your energy right here. And so in October, I want more clarity on this because I feel like in October, you're able to release all of that and find more of the joy. It's because when you're able to live more presently, the worry subsides. And then it creates this space for you to have this more holistic experience. It feels very disjointed, like mind, body, and spirit. Like they're very disjointed right now because it's being so clouded by the worry. But then once that subsides, that's when there's this possibility for union where these two structures meet in the middle and the energy is just kind of like generating and kind of explosive in a sense, which is interesting because that feels very like movement, like the sun card, right? Like these two feel very, very similar, very active, very forceful. And then it's followed by Winter's Dream, a gestation period. So I feel like you're going to have this moment where you start to feel this attractive energy again, right? Like this super attractor energy. And then there's this moment where you feel like you're connected mind, body, and spirit. Like it almost feels like a piece of you, a piece of you has come back together and you're whole. Okay. That is this is very deep. Like it feels very complex. I hope it's coming through okay on your end of understanding. But I feel like you kind of come together in this very holistic way, and then you need to like a break. You need to rest. It's almost like this energy force just like snaps together and then you're like zonked out because it took so much out of you. I also do think that it's also a bit of relief. So you've been living in this worried state, I feel like for months. And then October is finally like where things just come together for you. So you are able to just like breathe again. Oh, that's beautiful. I'll breathe again. Okay, so that's that card. As you're going through all of this, there's an understanding that happens with you where you're almost, again, like you're the little well, you're whole again in this little water bubble of like safety, like you feel safe and secure, and everything just starts to look better. Things sound better. There's this resonance behind it. There's a depth behind the things in your life in the sense that like things seem more vibrant. You're able to see the positive and the gratitude in more things in your lifestyle and your habits, like things of that nature. And so there's definitely this attitude of just gratitude for sure. Okay. It just feels like it's a very mature type of energy. It's interesting. Okay, so when I merge my desire with faith, I take action from a place of peace rather than control. And I feel like the control has played into the worry in the upcoming months before September and in September. And then November comes and you have this realization that like when you can really declare to the universe, to the world, to yourself, what your desire is, that's how manifestation works. And that's when you get things with a little more ease and fluidity to them, right? That's when you have that peace energy come in versus the rigidness of control. Okay, let's do a tarot card for the month of November. I love it when they fling out like that. Okay. Okay, so you have 3 of Cups. You have 4 of Cups. You have 3 of Cups reversed. So overindulgence, lack of social life. Okay, so the month of November, you are really, really being called to disconnect from external influences. So let me read this card again, okay? When I merge my desires with faith, faith comes from a higher source. It doesn't come from these external influences that are materialistic. That's what I mean by external influences, okay? Then you are able to take action from a place of peace rather than control. And so I feel like with the 3 of Cups in reverse, it's telling you to really pay attention to those influences, those indulgences, and be careful that you're not overindulging. Be careful that you're not gossiping and taking advantage of others. Like that you have people in your life that are building you up, not taking you down, okay? I feel like that's just kind of something you need to be watching out for because you have this desire to move forward in something and to take action, and you want to do it from a place of peace and not control. And so just be keeping the external influences in mind as you're moving forward during the month of November, okay? Let's see what stuff comes up with the roses to support this 3 of Cups in reverse. Let's do one more. Okay, so the first card that came out is Lineage of the Rose, moved by the goddess, or take action from a place of peace, right? You're feeling moved by an energetic force. Here for this soul call, gather. So it's funny because I do feel like this is kind of contradicting the 3 of Cups in reverse, because typically 3 of Cups, when it's upright, is like all about socializing and friendships and whatnot, you know, and gathering. And I think why it was reversed and why this card came up is you are still wanting to have that sense of community and gather, but it needs to be with people who are aligned with you, your goals, your lifestyle. Like they bring the same type of energy
to the friendship that you do. So they're not gossipy. They're not, you know, taking advantage of other people. Like, they're good-hearted people. Those are who you need to focus on. And I think you're also being called to evaluate your relationships in November. Who are the ones that are, how should I put this? I hate using things like comparing like good versus evil and all that stuff. But it's like, who are the friends that lift you up? Who are the friends that pull you down? Okay. Limit the pull you downers and increase the people that lift you up, because time is limited and we want to be spending time with people that lift us up, right? And that is what this card is saying to you, is surrounding yourself with like-minded people who are lifting you up, not tearing you down. Okay. It's an important message for the month of November. We also have Rose Without Thorns. You have a right to joy, peace, sweetness of life. I feel like when you take a stand and you really evaluate the people that you're surrounding yourself with, it gives you an opportunity to evaluate other things in your life that maybe need elimination. So habits, your mindset, your behaviors, choices, are they lifting you up? Are they pulling you down? It's definitely a transformative time. I know we talked about birth and rebirth. Oh, again, this is that stage of it. Like, I got that energy again for you guys. And I feel like November is kind of the month where you're starting to really plant the seeds for this new rebirth that's happening. I feel like it's coming a little bit later down the road, like maybe early springish is when this true transformation is going to be taking place. You're in this preparatory period right now. Okay, let's see what these cards have to say for Scorpio and the month of November. When I merge my desire with faith, I can take action from a place of peace rather than control. Okay, the first card that popped up, which makes so much sense for you in this evaluation period, is the Garden of Venus, rest and renewal. So during the month of November, you are going to be, it's very analytical feeling, where you're really analyzing the people, places, and things that are of your highest good, right? And so as you're doing that, it's a good opportunity for you to kind of tend to your garden and really discover the things that make you feel good, that are bringing more of that joy energy into your life, okay? I also feel, so you have deep diver, diving into a task. I feel like some of you are needing a distraction because this is all heavy and emotional, and, you know, a lot of emotional intellect, spiritual intellect is involved. And so I feel like you need to dive into something that is giving yourself a break from this. It feels very mentally like overload to me. And so you need like a fun project to kind of break up the heaviness. And not that it's heavy in a negative emotional way. It just feels very mentally draining because it feels very deep. Like the work that you're doing feels very just deep and meaningful, which is beautiful. So this card is coming in. I've never had it come in such a joyful, playful way before, but I definitely am getting this vibe for November. Any projects that you can do that are, you know, hobbies, bringing you joy, kind of giving you that mental break, is going to be really good for you. I also feel like someone is coming in during the month of November that's going to help you in this preparatory period, okay? So you have benefactor, grace, and generosity. I'm kind of getting like mentor vibes, like spiritual mentor, guru type vibes here. It could be, you know, a therapist, a coach, whatever. But someone's coming in, or at least reappearing. Could be someone you already know. But someone's going to come in and give you some really good advice that's going to help you through to early spring. Because like I said, there is this transformative energy that's building up. But I feel like it's kind of slow for you guys. And it's probably because it's so mentally draining
that it has to be kind of drug out so that you don't completely lose it, because it just feels like it's a lot mentally, which again, don't forget this, okay? I think that's beautiful that you have a project coming in that's bringing in that joy, that peace, and then you have someone that's helping kind of cultivate the plan, right? So I feel like you're thinking about all of these things for these 3 months, but you're not quite sure how to move forward and execute, and that person is going to come in very gracefully and help you kind of connect the pieces. I love that. Okay, so let's go into December. I trust that my powerful intentions combined with my faith are enough to allow my vision to become a reality. So I was automatically drawn to this. Whatever this project is that you have fun with, I feel like it kind of morphs into something more, or it sparks this idea that gives you an idea for a business, or, you know, a huge project or something like that. Like it's this thing kind of ignites a fire, we're going to say. Okay, let's see what tarot has. What card wants to come up for the month of December? Yes, Queen of Swords, baby. Oh, this is beautiful. Okay. So Swords is all about thoughts, feelings. The Queen comes in to help you make right decisions. Okay, so the first part of this card said, I trust that my powerful intentions. Right now, Queen of Swords came in to help you communicate those intentions to yourself and to others, whoever's involved. Like, you answered that question, that part of it, but just whoever's involved, you can be very clear with your intentions. I do feel like she's coming in. She's very analytical, right? She's very intelligent. And I feel like she's kind of coming in towards the end of this 4-month period, kind of as the muse of this intellectual process that you've been through. I feel like she's the one that in the month of December, you're going to have so much clarity as to why all of this went down the way that it did and why your thought process went down the way that it did. And she's going to bring so much clarity that you are going to be able to propel yourself forward with whatever it is that you're wanting to do next, right? To allow my vision to become reality. You have some sort of vision that you want to turn into a reality, and Queen of Swords is going to help you do that. She's going to help you come in with the right sort of judgment, make the right decisions. For some of you, starting a business, starting maybe coaching business, right? But I'm seeing that this is, how do I put this? All of this mental process that you went through is really setting such a solid foundation for whatever this vision is. It's making it so that when you go to talk about whatever you're talking about it from experience, not just talking out your ass, right? Like so much times on social media, everywhere, like people just regurgitate what someone else says. You are not going to be doing that. You're coming from an energy that is super authentic, that's honest, and is delivered in a way that is so magnetic that people are going to want to buy what you're selling, okay? Which is so beautiful. Excuse me. Okay. Let's find some rose. I want a rose heart to help kind of clarify that Queen of Swords. And also the intentions too. Okay, so we have second chances, it's never too late, new possibilities. I feel like whatever this new vision is for you,
you've experimented with something similar before and it hasn't been successful. And the reason why it wasn't successful back then is because you hadn't gone through this process. I'm telling you, this mental overload is there's so much strength behind it and so much power, because it's laying the foundation for whatever this vision is. Okay. I think you're being asked to remember during the month of December that new possibilities are always around you and there are always second chances. And so go at this from such an authentic perspective and energy so that it can be the most amount of fun for you. Okay. You also have the rose garden. You have the garden of Venus, and I have the rose garden. Innocence, forgiveness, be gentle with yourself. I think that there is some doubt that comes into play because you have done something similar, but you're different now. The landscape is different. Your value prop is different. Your service product, all of that is different because of the experience that you've had leading up to this. Take what you have done and implement it now. Take the lessons you've learned and implement that knowledge and those lessons and that skill set that you've developed because of that experience into this new vision. I love that. Okay, let's pull some shaman cards here. What does Scorpio need to know for the month of December? Another new beginnings, birth, rebirth, all this stuff. Like, I feel like you are in such a good place for growth and understanding, which is beautiful. Okay, one more card for the month of December in Scorpio. Okay, so the first card that came out is Hollow Bone, which is all about teachability. I feel like this kind of is playing into the second chance, right? You can teach an old dog new tricks, okay? You are always teachable. The thing that limits our ability to learn is our mindset and our outlook. When we have this open mindset to learn and to grow and to experience new things, that is when we are teachable. That is when we learn and we grow as humans. And so in December, you are definitely going to be asked to hone in on this teachability energy and really just be open-minded to learn and expand. I'm seeing like your knowledge base, your skill set, the things that you can provide. I mean, this definitely feels career-oriented, but this could be family too. But just know that you are in a very good space energetically to learn new things, okay? Which is funny because you have Moon Maiden, which is all about new beginnings. I feel like all of this has just set such an amazing energy for you to start anew. I mean, we've got second chances, we have got rebirth, we've got death and rebirth, we've got birth, soul call. There's so much around here in this reading for the next 4 months that is about newness, seeing yourself in a new light and your capabilities and what you have to offer, okay? It's all new. So have fun discovering that and seeing that for yourself. And then lastly, to wrap up this reading, I think this is a beautiful way to end. In the hand, the universe is your partner. Didn't we talk about snuff? I mean, these all are kind of in that, but don't forget that the universe has your back, okay? There is a universal energy that is always guiding us and always supporting you for your highest good. And so when you can come to the table where you can let go of your worries, live in the presence, have those spiritual practices that you know feed you, having those people, going to those places, having those things that feed you, that don't take away from you. Those are all ways that we can stay connected to a universal energy, to our spirit guides, to angels, our higher self, however you look at it. That is our commitment. We're making a commitment to that energy when we are doing our spiritual practices for them to support us even more in more ways. They're always there supporting us, but when you are making choices that show them the respect that is deserved, they're going to come back tenfold.
They want to know that you appreciate what they're doing for you. And being able to connect on that level is such a beautiful thing. And I feel like a lot of this was mentally, like talking about just mental intellect. And I feel like this card is tapping into your spiritual intellect, which we haven't talked about during this reading. But I feel like perhaps that's because it's been pretty solid during these months. But I just feel like this card came in towards the end just to remind you that there is a universal energy that is supporting you always. And how beautiful is that? Oh my gosh. Okay, Scorpio. Oh, this has been such a beautiful reading. Please check out the 4-month videos for all of your other signs, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. I always like to watch them to see similar themes, and then I know that those messages are really important coming from Spirit. Please like and subscribe if you're digging these videos, and hit that notification bell if you want to be updated when I have uploaded new videos. Okay, Scorpio, I love you. I'll see you next time.